Ryan, Sheldon, I'm disappointed. You have this sniper school. You need two things. One, me. The other, more cowbell. Do it.
What's up, Banter family? Welcome to Crypto Banter. So what is happening in the slow, boring market right now where the bulls are trying, the bears are winning, and it's been like this now for the last, month, 2 months, where we finally get somewhere, get a little bit of hope, and then a little pull down. And it's end of the day, in accumulation, in sideways phases, this is one of the toughest part in the market. So welcome, guys. The first thing, I'm going to start off quick this morning. We have two guests on today. We are going to be doing a Q&A for you guys as well, getting a nice little strategy for the weekend, critical levels that we need to be in. Yesterday I was speaking about guys taking profits. I hope you guys started to take some profits. End of the day, the week gave us a bit of gains, and we sort of took what the market gave us. That's all that was offered this week. Was a few of the altcoin pumps, was a few of the moves. And it's not like anything else miraculously happened in the market. That's what we got. And that's why, we don't know. This is why we use these strategies and non-predicting the sort of market. But that's what the market offered. We took what it gave, and we're going to see what it's then going to bring in the next week. This is all we can do as traders, as investors, is to run with the market and see what the market is offering us. So the first thing, guys, I'm Sheldon the Sniper. Hit that like button. Show us some love. Why we are building the biggest community, loyal community in the world. I don't care about saltiness. I don't care about all these things. I care about all the amazing testimonials, all the amazing people that are in the market. By liking, subscribing, you join this community. You join us every single day. We have the two shows, the technical show, the early show, and then we have the fundamental show with Ran. Follow myself on Twitter, Sheldon_Sniper. Follow Crypto Man Ran on Twitter as well. Any notifications on the show. We also have the Sniper School, which we have now made the announcement. The 1st of August is when we're launching the Sniper School. That's going to be brilliant. It's going to be great. We are going to be taking in our first entries. We are then going to be looking at a way we can now hit the masses, build it all strong. We've actually made this course a lot bigger and a lot better than what we thought. As we progress with the course and as we start progressing with all the courses, more ideas come and more come. And I'm telling you, nothing is going to beat the courses that are coming out from the Sniper School. So that's massive as well. And the last thing, we have the banter bags, guys. What are the banter bags? These are allocations set. We have put money in bags for you guys. We are starting to get some more in now. We are letting the market do what it needs to do. But when we get to 500,000 subscribers, we will be giving this away to you guys, to the public. So this is what liking, subscribing, following us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram. All the correct information is in the description below. Please be careful of scammers. Please be careful of people mimicking and trying to make our accounts, asking you guys for money, asking you to DM them, asking, I saw some of them saying that we will give you the course early. Pay us $500. Guys, please. Everything we do is absolutely free. We do this with the love of our hearts every day. As you can see, through good, through bad, I've been here, Ran has been here, I've been here every single damn day. And that's what it's about, showing loyalty and showing that like-minded people, let's put us all in one room and let's succeed together. Those who fall out, those who we lose along the way, were never meant to be and just want to make money overnight. Those who stay, those who do the journey with us and run this through with us, I'll see you on the beach and I'll see you on our island the end of next year when we're on our yachts and we're driving our Lamborghinis. So guys, I think let's get into it. What's the main story today? Let's get my chart going up here. There we go. We got Bitcoin that broke the short-term supports, and now we are trailing our way down. And where we're getting to right now in the market is this weekend is a relax. We got to relax this weekend because no one's saying that the market has turned absolutely bearish just yet. The problem is we're getting bearish signs, and we definitely have more momentum to the downward side right now. And all that I'm doing now is I'm tracking daily higher time frame momentum. And I'm going to be patient over the weekend. So I'm not trading crazy over the weekend. I hope you guys have been taking a lot of good profits. I think we've been getting a lot of good bargain specials. Reason why weekend being, we know that weekend being, the retail is out of the market. This is where a lot of manipulation happens. And sometimes we get massive big moves. And we need to be patient for those moves. The market gave us 10, 20, 25% movement in the alts this week. Not much from Bitcoin. But that's all that it gave. And we traded that. Now we got to wait for the next opportunity, the next breakout, the next 20, 25%. End of the day, we don't know when Bitcoin can make its way back into these higher levels. All that we know is we are playing in a range. And whatever that range will be, we are going to be profiting from it. And when the ranges eventually get bigger again and we're able to make a lot, then our ranges will be making a lot more profit. But right now, this is all the market is offering us. The fact that we are actually able to make profitable trades in this is great. And that just shows you that off of a very choppy and difficult market, we are starting to understand how to trade. We're starting to understand risk management. We're starting to understand structure in and out of trades. And yes, the range is small. That's the only reason why the percentages are not huge and massive, but that's all we're getting offered. But when the range comes and we start getting huge range and we start getting massive movements in the market, we are going to be skillful traders. And that's all that it's about. It's about getting everyone skilled through the difficult times for the reward. Because when the reward comes, you know what the problem is if you don't skill yourself and you don't actually understand that, yes, we're fighting in a bit of a difficult market right now, but the knowledge that you are building now and what you're building for yourself is going to make you keep the money when the bull market comes. The problem is now, you give up now, and all of those who have given up now, when the bull market comes, they're going to make money and they're going to give it all back to the... Look what happens. What is the market designed to do? Give you all the money and then take it all back from you. So if you don't learn these skills and understand that you need to be running this with a structure and a system, guess what? You're going to make a ton of money in the next bull cycle, wherever it is, wherever the low is. You're going to make a ton of money, but you're going to give it all back to the market again. And in a year or two time, you're going to be absolutely drained and devastated. Why did I not take things more serious? And now I got your attention. For those who are loyal now every day, I appreciate you. We all appreciate you very much, because you're going to see that you are becoming a skillful trader in this little choppy section over here, so that when you get this big reward again, you're going to keep it. And that's all that it's about. It's about being dedicated through all of this. So guys, I think Freddie, my man, get our guests on the line. We have Rudo, the chart artist. We have Fibonacci Lee in the house. What's up? What's up? What's up?
What's up?
How are you, Sheldon?
How's it, buddy? How's it, Lee? How you doing, my friends?
What's
Awesome,
up,
guys.
I think, you know what? Through this whole little quietness side, I think is it your mic there, Lee, that's making a little bit of noise? Or is it one of the mics making a little bit of noise?
I don't think so. I don't think it's mine.
Okay, just have a look at your settings there, to your audio settings.
Just check. Is it me?
Mic. Let me see.
Is it me?
Let me remove you. Yes, it is. It is you, buddy. So I don't know. Have you got a normal headset?
Let me just quickly sort it out. Just throw me out for a minute.
Cool. Okay, Lee, buddy. So what we're thinking about today, guys, is we are going to have a little banter. We're going to do a Q&A for you guys as well. Pop those questions in. Freddie will choose the great ones. Put them all in. Today's about you guys as well. Give us some questions. You know, we want to see what you guys are thinking out there, where we can help you guys as well. But the main thing is today, we're going to have a nice little chart view. We've got some good education for you guys today. And it's more or less a banter on the different scenarios that we're all looking at now. And Lee, buddy, I'm not sure how you're feeling right now, but I actually know how you're feeling. We've been talking for the last week, but bearish, what are we thinking, buddy? You know, what's your normal feeling before we get into the charts of the market in general? The normal feeling of people in general. I think people are getting so tired. I think that they are getting to that point where they want to give up. And it's quite shocking how this market is amazing the way it was designed. It was designed incredible. And it was literally designed purely off of emotion. Because the day you give up, and the day you start quitting and you start moving, and then all of a sudden you see Bitcoin at $40,000, $50,000 again, then you want to get to, it's crazy how it mentally drains and destroys the retail through these times. And it's tough. It's a really, really hard journey where, you know, we've been playing for the last 6 months to a year in a massive range where huge gains were very easily made. And a lot of these things were very easily done for us. And now we're in the small little range. And it's crazy how this little time frame in 2 months has erased, I would say, about 70 to 80% of the retail. I really, really think the retail are completely flushed out right now. What are you thinking, buddy?
Yeah, I think it's tough. It's really tough for the retail trader out there. First, I do believe that, you know, I understand those people who bought at very high, and the only thing that they want now is to see Bitcoin price pulling back up, so to get a chance to exit the market. The sad reality is now, I mean, we are what, in July, August? It's the summer holidays for most of the people out there, in US, in Europe. Those guys are gone. Those institutions are having holiday time. The bigger guys are not there anymore. So we cannot move the market. The retail people cannot move the market. So I think the reality is we're gonna go through this whole month of July, August, boringness. It's gonna be boring. I mean, I don't think Bitcoin is gonna go crazy up or crazy down. We're gonna stay in that range for a little while. But the good thing is, the longer you stay in that range, the next price reaction is gonna be bigger. The longer we're gonna stay in that range, the rewards of that, that price action in the middle will be bigger at the end. Yeah,
And yours, Udo, buddy?
I already know.
I think we'll go into the charts now.
Yeah, we can go to the chart, but short term, I don't. Guys, I can tell you now, I don't know. No one knows. I don't know where the price is gonna go. It can go up, it can go down. We are literally sitting in a no man's land. It's not a trading zone. Elliott Wave tell us the riskiest area to trade is the fourth wave. So that's why we actually do not trade the fourth wave.
Okay, so you're basically calling the first wave there, third, and this is obviously the fourth to the downward side. Rudo, how are you feeling, buddy? Before chart-wise, what are you thinking? Retail, what do you think people are thinking? What do you think majority of the market is thinking right now?
Well, I think if you firstly, is my mic sorted now?
Yeah, it's a lot better. It's a lot better.
Great. Okay, so now the way I go about it is I try and gather where the sentiment of everybody is, and as you can see, what I've got here on the screen. For me, it's pretty much the same as what Lee's got. So at the top here, you've got that no trade zone where people are going to be taking profit. In the bottom, you've got that fear area. So the red zone is where greed's going to take over. People don't want to sell there because they're uncomfortable. They want each and every buy to be the one that makes them millionaires. And at the bottom, you've got that fear where nobody wants to buy because it looks like it's gonna lose risk. It's too risky. So you see, if you look at the bottoms, there's so many buy opportunities there. But this is the thing of where trade is, and trade wisdom comes in. What we need to be looking at is, you need to be comfortable buying the uncomfort, and you need to be, and then once you have that and you start getting the momentum behind it, there's so many ways we can identify it. Then we sit and we say, okay, right, let's hold this trade. Let's see where it goes. So for me at this stage, what I do see is if you look at the volume bars that I've got there at the bottom, those volume bars, they've got the hidden grayish bars at the background. You can see that's the average. And at the moment, as we are going down lower, in relation to where we were when price was around the 3,400, maybe the 21st of last month, the volume is much lower. So it means that mom and dad trader, the new guy, the retail trader, the inexperienced trader, they kind of shock out, or they've given up, or they're just not interested. Thinking that they sold now, they'll buy the lower low. They bought into the theory that 20 is coming, 18 is coming, those type of things. So, let's see. I think every weekend, Lee actually just said it before we started on the show. He said, every weekend, everybody's saying liquidity is low over the weekends, we're going to dump. So one of these weekends, it's going to pump because everybody's expecting a dump weekend, and it's Friday again, low volume, so it doesn't look too optimistic for us. But what if that weekend comes?
Yeah, and I think we're at that point now where this week we had beautiful trades. We had beautiful setups that ran, and we took what we could from the market. Now all we're going to do is put our lines back in. When we get the indication again, we take it again. We don't know the range we're going to get. There we go, very clear. We've got that day trend in play there. There's the high time frame trend. I'm not touching a bullish trade until I see Bitcoin break that line. When I see Bitcoin start to break that line, it's time to be getting in again. The market's looking to give us some money again. Will Bitcoin go to 40K from there, 42K? Who knows? Will it go just to 36K? Who knows? But then at least we know that there is some money to be made in the meanwhile. And that's all we can do right now. All we can do is take what the market is giving right now and not take what our mind wants us to take from the market. We literally have to take it. If it's only offering 10% trades, it's only offering 10% trades. You know what I mean? And in 2 months' time, it can offer us 50% trades, no problem. And I think we're more or less at that level now.
You actually
That's
said
right.
it beautifully now. You don't know when you throw in your line. When you're a fisherman, we always say we want to teach you guys to fish. We don't want to give you fish. So you just basically, when you throw your line in, you don't know whether you're going to be hitting the world record or whether it's going to be a small little, fish for the bride tonight. You don't know, but you have to take the opportunities, and that's it. And that's the thing about trading. And sometimes you're going to get small fish until you get that big one that nearly snaps your line. And we have to be
That's right.
patiently
That's right.
waiting
I
for it.
mean, the title for today was "What is your trading strategy, guys, for the weekend?" All right. So what I've noticed over the past weekends and the past months is every time we come to a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the assumption out there on the market is we're gonna dump. The market's gonna dump because it's weekend. But I mean, guys, I'm fighting against this assumption about the weekend we're gonna dump. So if you ask me how do I trade weekends, I'm trying to forget that people think that we're gonna dump on the weekend. You know, you got your strategy. Crypto market is open 24/7. You don't know that every single weekend the price is gonna dump, and we got proven wrong so many times over the past months.
So yeah.
We
No,
literally we haven't dumped that much over the weekends, and it's not true. So don't think that every single weekend we're gonna dump. Otherwise, you can't trade it, base. You can't trade like that.
What does the chart tell you? And I think that's simple. You know what I mean? We got the trend line in. If that trend line breaks, it's simple. It's time to trade again. You know what I mean? We break support. That's all that happened yesterday. Take some profits. That's all that it was, guys. You understand that, yes, the market didn't give us tons this week. It gave us some really good moves in some alts, but that's what was given, and we took it. The fact that the market only moved that much and we managed to make the profits on what the market only gave this week is brilliant, because the ranges are going to change from different times. So I think, guys, for the next few minutes or so, let's pop through the charts, a little bit of what we're thinking in the two scenarios. Me, until then, I have these previous wicks, the 27 to the 30K region, and then I obviously also have the 25K region, and I got the 20K. As long as this trend line's in play, none of those, I can't write any of those targets down. I just know that I should have freed up some money because we're making lower lows on the daily. Stochastic is showing this downward side. A lot of the RSIs on the alts are also showing me a downward side. So right now, that trend line's in play. I click this, I go add alert, I put my alarm in, I type my message saying Bitcoin is turning bullish, and I create my alarm and I enjoy my weekend. That's my plan for the weekend now to trade it, because there's nothing right now for me to guess the bottom. We can't guess the bottom right now. And that's the simplicity of, I know it's not time to trade for this weekend until this little alarm and I get my email or I get my little notification that we're making some sort of momentum. What are you guys thinking? Who wants to go first there? What are you thinking?
Well, if you can pull up my charts, I'll show you what I'm thinking.
There we go.
Basically, that's perfect. So I've got the last signal I got on 4 hour. It was a hidden bullish divergence. So as you can see, after this signal, the price moved back up a little bit by a few $1,000s. So I am literally, as right now, I'm long in the market within that because of that 4 hour signal. So my alarm is sitting at 30K, because for this hidden bullish divergence to get deleted, price needs to go and make a lower low compared to the previous pivot here. Okay, at 30K. So that's my invalidation point using that strategy. I'm hoping for the price to go and backtest this trend line first, maybe at 34 over the weekend. So I'm not saying that we're gonna dump. I'm actually saying that we're gonna go maybe backtest this trend line before, and eventually before another dump. For that.
Sorry, Lee, I keep getting the things here, guys. Smash the damn likes, smash them, smash them, smash them. Give some love. We need more likes. Go for it, buddy. So what you're thinking? There's a little bullish signal coming up there. Are you waiting on that trend break to confirm? That can be the move that can take us to the 40K level. And obviously, the problem there, wherever you're buying now, that's a 10% risk, stop limit wise.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's not. Yeah, you don't buy now. The buy was at 32 and everything else, because this kind of bullish signal is already working out. So now there's two solutions. the sellers need to push this RSI down to the oversold area. Price needs to go back down to the 30K level, or the buyers will win this battle and try to test this trend line and go above that. So my alarm, if I want to enjoy my weekend, I will set up an alarm here at this trend line. Okay, and I will have another alarm here at my stop. And that's it. And just switch off the computer and watch and enjoy the weekend and watch the price.
Exactly.
You know, what happened between in this kind of area is not my concern anymore.
Brilliant.
So that's my two alarm.
Brilliant. Okay, awesome. Well, that's basically it. There's not much more to add to that. I think just before we get you on there, Rudo, you know, guys, if we're waiting for this, and we can see now Bitcoin now is getting to the point now, a trend line is our indication. Simple, right? Don't make trading difficult. That's it. It's no time to trade right now. There's nothing telling you to buy right now. Wait for the damn trend, because that will give us the indication we're making momentum. Now, having a look here quickly, dominance is bouncing, guys. There's that trend line that we've been talking about. It's the very important trend line. Let me just get rid of this. Bring it up. There we go. So Bitcoin had the bounce. So we knew that very much. So now we know that right now everything's in Bitcoin's favor. So what does that mean right now? It means that Bitcoin is attempting, well, I wouldn't say attempting, but it's holding its ground. But if we look at that compared to, let's say, where's our Ethereum? Do you see how negative Ethereum's looking? So we can see very clearly, let's just get rid of that. There we go. That Ethereum now, that the alts are taking a lot of bleeding. So right now we know what's the simplicity of understanding now, that when Bitcoin turns bullish, dominance starts to fall. When Bitcoin starts to turn bearish, dominance is climbing up, which means there's not even an attempt for me to even try with alts right now because it's not in that favor. I need to wait for Bitcoin to break this line, dominance to break this trend, and these will be my key indications. It's time to trade again. So right now, just understand the alts are going to be the ones that are further behind. So I think jump on there, Rudo. Let's get yours in there.
Yes, I think, I mean, we've said it. We said it so beautifully already. I mean, we can probably hash it over and over, but that's exactly that. You know, I'm going to have my first buy opportunity around this zone, and I'm just going to be patient. I'm going to let the market tell me what it wants to do. You know, you know, one thing that people tend to miss out, we don't trade our own predictions. We don't trade predictions. Predictions doesn't help. Predictions gives you an idea of possibilities. And that brings us to to a few wisdoms that we need to share with you guys. You know, things that I think goes unsaid a lot of times, where people actually, you know, they lose sight of the big thing when we look at big targets and it looks bullish and positive. But for me, the big thing is the reality of what we've got here. The reality is, at the moment, we are in a long sideways action. If you want to call it accumulation, go ahead. If you call it distribution happening, go ahead. The fact of the matter is, until we break out, past the creek or lose the ice, it's neither. We don't know. We're going to have to look at the volume. We're going to have to study what the market does, because that's going to be the end of the day, you know, what's going to determine this. There's no guarantees in negotiations, guys. So the market's busy negotiating with itself. Are we going to go up? Or are we going to go down? So that's my 20 cents for now. Be patient,
so I think,
wait for it.
Just before we're about to go into some wisdoms now and get a little bit of insights from you guys, which I'd love. If we break 30, what is your thoughts? I want to hear from you and Lee. If we break 30, what is your thoughts?
For me, if we break 30, I'm gonna be patient. I'll wait for the divergence to kick in, because if we break 30, it's no use buying, because then we just confirm. All that we're doing now is we're just confirming that the market is trending. Let me just get that line in there. That the market is trending downwards. So when that happens and the market's trending downwards, all that we then have to do is we need to use these angles and just bring them across. Let me just get that line there. Bring them across and start tracking it, because what's going to happen is you're going to have to look and wait to see where the demand starts kicking in. And for me, the easiest way to then, you know, get an idea of that is if we lose these levels, we've lost our axis, we've lost the positivity that we are looking for. We're in the negative side of us now, and then we need to look for it, and then look at what we've got here. There's a low. There's a possibility of an RSI going and giving us a lower low again. And then what's going to happen there? You've already got a lower low, which means then you've got a confirmed downtrend for now. You have to wait. Simple.
And you, Lee, if we break, what would you say is your main support to say we can get down? I know you've been talking about that 25K level.
Yeah.
We dropped 30. Are you still, give yourself a percentage right now, and it's allowed to be, you know what I mean? We're not predicting, but, just off of experience of trading the market, percentage-wise now, what is your bearish percentage to your bullish percentage, if I could say, or let's say 25 is the target, or that's the one you're talking about. How positive are you? Do you think we're going there?
90%, but I'm not telling you when.
I know that.
We're gonna get there, but 90%, yeah, I'm pretty confident. I think I was the first one to say it over the web. We lost that 38.8. No, sorry, 38.2. We're going for 618. 618 at that stage was 27K. And I said that when the price was sitting at 41. So, but I never said we're gonna get there on a straight line. So that's why for the past months I was a little bit bullish. I wanted actually to see Bitcoin at least at 42, which we failed miserably to go above 36 even. So I'm still hoping to see Bitcoin going up, 38, some kind of this area before we can go to below the 27.
I also want that. And that's what I've been waiting for. It's just for the push up to the 40K.
Yeah, that's right. I saw on the chart, Sheldon, we got kind of the same box. I saw on your chart there were a box below this around this 25K. So my exact target area, if I can tell you that, is 25.8 and 24.8. This box here, this zone here.
Let's get your chart.
Maybe it will come this weekend. I will say, yeah, maybe it's gonna be there. We're gonna get there this weekend. I'm gonna be very, very thankful for that price. I definitely gonna buy within my green box here, and if not, then I'm gonna wait. But I'm pretty confident that we're gonna see those kind of level. I'm not saying over the weekend, guys. I'm not.
No. It's not about time. You know what I mean? It's not about time.
It's about the level.
End of the day, we have trends. We break those trends. We can possibly go to that 40K region. You know what I mean? But we know right now to free up a good amount of our capital. When the market's offering us money again, we need to have money to trade it. And that's it. We don't know what the range is. We don't know how big the trades are going to be. Just make sure you have freed up cash to take them. So I think, guys, we're running in here. Rudo, what are we thinking, buddy? We're going to share some wisdom. And we can take some questions from everyone as well. I think if you want to pop our slide or anything there. Rudo's trading wisdoms. What we got here, buddy? What do we got?
Thanks, bud. Okay, guys. So, I mean, it's really hard to just discuss these things because, while we're on the show, I'm not talking at you. I'm not talking with you guys. But hopefully Fred's going to now shoot up some comments, people struggling with things, and we can use these wisdoms to actually just use them in real life relevancy. So let's look at this. Please explain. Stochastic RSI, 1 hour up, 4 hour down, weekly up, monthly down. What is relevant? Okay, now let's move back to that wisdoms there, Fred, if you can maybe bring them over. And I want to take you to the second one. Wait, let's see. I just want to see where you're right. Professional traders have learned that being right is not important. Look at the second one. So look at that. I mean, what you're saying there is valid, but professional traders understand that sometimes what we need to do is take the opportunity. Sheldon is throwing in his rod every day, fishing. Sometimes that 4 hour is not quite there, and the 1 hour is giving you a beautiful buy, and you end up getting a FOMO spike with your entry. Sheldon, AXS went up almost 200% this week.
I saw.
That's a FOMO spike like crazy.
No, it's crazy. And we've had some NFT ones that were massive. And I think just to quickly answer, just to summarize that little, we got these different time frames. And I think that the confusion between the time frames is that one will be showing you one indication and one will be showing you another. Remember, guys, that all that our time frames that are here is just zooming in and out of the market. So it means if you're running on an 8 hour daily chart, you're looking at what can happen in the next week. That's the data that you're looking at. If you jump to the 4 hour, what can happen the next 3 days? You jump to the 1 hour, what can happen for the next day? Which means that even though the daily, we can see very clearly now, the daily is showing us we are coming down, right? So we can see the stochastics telling us we're going down, which means bigger picture in the next 2 weeks, we could be going down to lower levels. But remember that when we are trailing at any time in the market, there are always retracements, no matter what. There's the pullback, there's a retracement, there's a pullback, there's a retracement. So you see these little retracement inputs here, this is the way that I can see higher time frame daily now, we're looking negative, right? But doesn't mean there aren't going to be little positive jumps in between that. Just means the next 2 weeks is looking bearish, which means that if I want to zoom into that action and I go into the 1 hour, there might be a little bit of growth for me in the 1 hour, even though bigger picture, we're looking at making our way down. So when the 1 hour is showing you, this is why we're always saying that when you're taking trades, you want to make sure that at least the 4 hour RSI is at the bottom. We're saying at least 2-3 days are looking bullish for at least the next 2-3 days, which means that I can now jump to my 1 hour and knowing that bigger picture, we are looking a bit safe for the upward side. So it means that if I'm jumping to smaller time frames, my trade should be quite successful because my higher time frame is showing me that we should be trending to the upward side. So if the 1 hour, so let me use this example now. The 4 hour is showing us we've just crossed at the bottom. We're looking for a little push up. That means that for the next 4 hours, Bitcoin can make its way back up to the 34K, 33K region. That's what it means. So the 4 hours show me that we can make our way up to that zone. And when I see we're oversold to that point, there we go. But now I go to my daily and it's showing me that the daily is well on its way down. So by me going to the 4 hour meant that bigger picture, I know we can be going down. We can go back to lower levels, right? But for the next day or the next, call it next few hours, there's a little bit of money for me to be made. Even though I know bigger picture, we are coming down. I'm just looking for the opportunity as a trader. Go for it, buddy.
Buddy, no. Also, to take note, if you look at those timestamps at the bottom of your stochastic, look how many days it takes for this thing to pop up and down, up and down. And all those up and downs all led to a daily trending down. So it means there's so many opportunities you guys just need to take note of.
So you see, yeah, end of the day, this daily has been for the last 2 days, for the whole week, it's been coming down, right? So the whole daily RSI has been coming down. But in between that daily coming down, we had little bullish pumps. So even though you could see the lower highs every time, so higher time frame, we've been bearish. But you see how we get little bullish pumps in between. And that as a trader, as a short-term trader, you want to capitalize. And that's all that the market's giving you. It's not giving you more than these little 6% moves. That's all we are getting. But they are there. We are getting these little bullish pumps in between. But bigger picture, we are trailing downwards. So when you're using your RSIs and you're tracking down, a 4 hour and an 8 hour is always great ones you want to catch at the bottom. But if your 4 hour, 8 on your daily are showing us positivity, it means that at least if you jump into smaller time frame trades, you should be getting a lot of good action to the upward side because the bigger picture is higher. Where right now, there is money to be made in the markets on the 4 hour and the 1 hour, but bigger picture, we're coming down. And that just helps you very much. So if you're seeing different things in stochastic, just remember the time frames. Remember your daily and your weekly. This is what we had the question out of the weekly. This is also what I've been questioning. Look how long this weekly RSI has been at the bottom for Bitcoin. For a long time. All that I'm seeing now is Bitcoin is just not cheap enough. Because why the hell would it not be reacting to and start making its way up? And then to jump and see, the monthly is nearly at the bottom. And this is where it ties in beautifully with yours, Lee, saying that, September, in that sort of time, October region is when the market we should start getting the next leg of the bull cycle. I don't know if you're still agreeing on that.
Yeah, I think we're gonna be bored until for 1-2 months, few months, and the real fireworks, the real leg, the real fifth leg is gonna start end of the year, and and when the market is gonna pump, it's gonna last for 2 months, and then we have another bigger correction. The correction always lasts longer than any impulse wave.
Okay, so here's another question. Now that we have red candles breaking out of trend lines, do we draw the new lines? I sort of want to understand what they mean there, but let's get my chart up here. So now that we have big red candles breaking our trend lines, do we draw the new lines? Remember, you need to always continuously be updating your chart. So when something breaks, so previously I would have had this trend line. So just to show you here quickly, if I jump to the 8 hour. Now, previously, I would have had this trend line over there, right? Because there was a point, there was a point. Then we had two little fake outs. Now that we had fake outs and we're continuing, we're getting lower lows to downside, I need to upgrade my line to that new trend now. I need to shift it because that was a very key. Remember, trend lines, the toughness of them is where do I put them? But if we are not getting higher highs and higher lows, when we continue these downward things, I just update that trend. So right now, yesterday, we broke which one? We broke this to the downward side. And we said we're going to have a little push up from Bitcoin and then continue way down. Now, as we're continuing down, all that I can start to do is, if I have a look at that, it's broken. I got to now wait to see where the next low is, continue, and my trend line then will get updated to that trend, my next support. And you can see how I can basically track it until we get a clear direction breakout in the market. I'm not sure if you understand it there, Rudo.
No, with you. I mean,
on the question, I think that was, yeah.
No, that's I think is brilliantly said there, because things change daily, hourly, minutely.
You have to update your charts. You have to update your charts. Continuously updating. You have to. So when something's not making sense, remember this.
You're updating those lines. I'm updating my Elliott wave count every single day.
Every single day. How do you pick up these odd bursting coins? I see them only when they're way too late. That's the problem. So you know what you do. This is where the difficult thing is. So what's a good thing to do for this is, obviously you see your watch list over here and you can add your coins. Make a list of a lot of these sort of coins, right? You got to go into your coin Gecko or your coin market cap, and you're going to load all of your coins. So yeah, I got Sheldon Sniper, add my coin, and I need to add all these coins in. Then the difficulty, I need to do it once a week or depends on the time frames that you're trading. But I can now go through a list of coins. Let's say here they all are here. And all that I can do in the morning or in the beginning of the week is go see where they're looking at on the daily or where they're looking at. And what I can see clearly is, okay, I can see that one forming a trend, forming it down, put my trend line, put my alarm. Okay, next one. Go to thing, there we go. Let's get this clear. Get this in, draw my trend line, put my alarm. Go. Do you see how this is how you're going to catch it? The only way you can basically catch them is if you've charted them and you've been trailing them down. So what I do is I go through and I try to find the best ones that are showing me the best sort of trends or anything trading to downward side. Like there's FTM. There we go. It's not ready to trade now. There's my trend line. Go. If you have your whole list updated and you got your alarm set in play, when this one's ready to break, especially on a daily, you'll get that alert. It's the only way you can catch these coins from doing something huge. Now, the perfect example of that was, let's go see where our KCS is. The only coin that did massive amounts. But do you see the trend line? There's it there. So we see these odd coins that pump. And this is why you can never change your strategy, even though sometimes it'll give you smaller gains than that. When it comes, it comes. And this was it. If me 2 weeks ago just had that trend line in play and had that in, this is why I brought that trade to you guys that day when I saw the break. There's the break. So it means you have to go through all your coins, whatever coins you like, and whichever ones that, the ones that you're interested in, you've got to go through and you've got to put the important lines in play because you would have got that notification. You would have got that notification. KCS is breaking daily trend, and you would have got that move. And that's the power. I'm not sure what you guys do, Livrudo, on that. How do you catch the ones that pop? You know what I mean? You got to have the data. You got to have them on your charts.
You have a line in the water.
Yeah, how do I catch? I asked Sheldon. Sheldon, which one do you think is gonna pop today?
That's a question for you, Lee. Why doesn't Lee have any clothes on? Just sitting there trading naked and drawing lines.
But you see, I've got my Paris Saint-Germain jersey on me.
Should we worry that Bitcoin longs are very high? Well, that's obviously a good sign, but the only problem is we know that if majority of people are going long on Bitcoin, the market usually reacts in another way because everyone now, and a lot of people are leveraging. The sad thing is so many people are still leveraging in this market. I believe there's more people leveraging than spot trading. There's a lot of people leveraging on that. And which remember, that then creates liquidation levels and these things. So if majority of the market are saying we are going long, we're going up, why would they not drop Bitcoin to 25 quickly and then continue? Because it's going to liquidate all those longs, exchanges make all the money, and then they send Bitcoin up. And I think so it's not to say we should be worried. It can be a good sign. It can be if Bitcoin breaks that daily trend and those longs are big. It can be. We just know that when the herd and the sheep are running, it's a good sign. It is.
On that, I agree. I mean, we all agree, Rudo, you and me. If we see Bitcoin dropping to 25K and if the volume is low, it means that no one has any Bitcoin to sell at that level anymore.
Selling pressure.
So it's a way for the institution to test if we still have some Bitcoin with us. If you are still holding some, all they want is for you to sell all your Bitcoin. So there's no more Bitcoin to sell, and they have bought the majority of the Bitcoin out there that need to be sold at a cheaper price. And at that stage, if there's no more supply and no more demand, lots of interest, they can push the price as high as they want.
With minimal effort.
With minimal effort, yeah.
How do you know what to put on your watch list, guys? At the end of the day, firstly, I'd say your first 20 to 30 on CoinGecko are really, really good coins. All the ones that Rand bring fundamentally, all of these coins. So remember the difference here, guys, is we have trading coins and we have love coins. So when you're at your watch list here, it's very important to create yourself a trading list and then create yourself a long-term list. And whatever's in your long-term shopping list, you're trading on daily and monthly candles. Much higher time frame, and then you got your trading list. And what I do for my watch list is I like to always move. Sometimes I've always loved Chainlink, I've always loved trading Tezos, I've always loved trading these coins. Some coins, and it's quite weird, I don't know about what you guys think, but some coins I trade well with, and some I suck at. Like my nemesis is Theta. I hate trading Theta, I just don't get it right. I think yours is Zol, Rudo. We have these, I don't know which one, it's Zol, though. But then XRP. I can trade SXP.
Zol is still going to make me a
XRP, man. I hate trading XRP. But then I have SXP, I love. Sometimes I've lost money, sometimes I've made money. But then I have these different coins that just work well. So all that you want out of a trading portfolio, guys, is coins that you obviously, you'll learn to see which coin you can actually trade quite nice. But it's coins that will give you a good range to make money. I don't want too volatile. I don't want it to be too small of a cap. I like the medium cap alts because yes, they are a little bit higher volatility than Bitcoin and Ethereum, but the range is enough for me to make the money that I want to make. So what's on my trading list and my trading watch list are, my links, my Tezoses, my SXPs, the coins that I can make money and get out. It's not my love tokens. And then obviously I got my long term for my watch list, which is my love tokens. Go for it.
Think about coins as well, in a sense of trade coins that you kind of know, because each coin has got its own daily range, and you start getting a feel for a coin like you do now. You pick the coins you've got a good feeling with. It's all about being positive, guys. If you really don't like what you're buying, the chances are most probably you're going to be negative at the first sight of a red candle or a little bit of a shakeout that happens, as such. So you need to be positive about what you're buying. So make sure that when you look at your trading coins, it's stuff you like. Simple.
Well, I had another theory on that. I don't know if you guys agree on that. Is at one stage I like it to trade the coins that I hated. So you won't stop me to sell it. So when I take profit, I take profit. You won't hurt me.
Clever.
When you are in love with your coin, then you just want to hold and hold and hold.
That's a big lesson.
At one stage, I wanted to trade the coin that I hate.
I think that's a big lesson for the guys that do the trading thing is don't have your love coins. So I wouldn't say a thing, but don't have a relationship with your trading portfolio coins because they're going to make you hold them too long. When it's time to take profit, it's time to take profit. But guys, look at the range that we're just talking about now. How do I know which coins for my long term or for my, even my trading portfolio? Bitcoin's range right now from the low to the top, 23%. Okay. Now I go to Luna and I say, okay, from the low to the top, 55%. Now, what does this mean? It means that when the markets turn bullish, Luna gives you bigger gains than Bitcoin. But when the markets turn bearish, the drops are bigger. So remember that when you're looking at whatever the trading thing is, so Luna from its all-time high to where it is right now, 68% down. Bitcoin from its all-time high to where we are now, 49%. So you can see the difference that That's all that it is the range in between the tokens that you're looking at. So when you're on your trading, don't get one that's too crazy. Like I've seen some of them are ridiculous, like that AXS or whatever that you're talking about, because there you get one flipping call wrong and you lose 20% of your capital. Yes, when you get it right, you make 70%, but the problem is you lose 20%. So I want to find a coin that gives it to me in the middle. I don't know what you guys think, but in the middle, where my losses are decent, but you know what I mean? It's not too volatile, especially when you're learning. Don't go too crazy. So the ones that we give you fundamentally are great. Your dots, your Cardanos, your chain links. These are all good coins to be practicing on. And remember just splitting your love coins to your trading portfolio. What else we got there, Freddie?
If you're new to trading, just to add on to this, trade one coin. Learn to trade one coin well, and then start splitting, bringing in more. You know, first learn to manage your firstborn child properly, and then you can start on making more babies. You know, keep it simple.
So what do you think about the 17th of July because of Grayscale investments? Obviously, it's going to be a tricky part because we don't know. End of the day, they can pump the damn price. This is why putting a trend line in play. And
that's
you know
why
what
I
mean?
like to be technical analysis, because being a TA guy means I don't care. I don't have to worry about it. I look at the stuff that I want to buy, and if my conditions are met, I'm in. And say they do something and it ends up being positive for me, great, I'm making a killing that day. Say they do something and it ends up being negative to me, I get stopped out, just another stop out. I'll move on to the next one.
Yeah.
No, brilliant. Little knowledge about Divergence. Lee, do you want to give is there any way you can give it 2 minutes on Divergence?
2 minutes is going to be tough to talk about Divergence.
Just show the opposites. When the RSI is doing different to the price action.
Okay, so first, if you can go to Google, you can always find kind of charts that is going to show you the divergence. So to make it simple, you look for bullish divergence at the bottom of your RSI against your price, and you look for bearish divergence when on the top of the RSI versus the price. So the divergence is when there's something that's not moving in the same direction or is not in harmony. So here you see that the RSI is making, compared to that pivot here, an equal low. I've drawn this red line here, all right? So it's equal low or lower low here on RSI, but the price is still holding a higher low compared to these two pivots. So when these two conditions are met, this is what we call a hidden bullish divergence. And what happened after that, the next candle, the next one or two candle, you're going to have a reaction to the upper side, to the opposite side, because it's a bullish divergence. Now, the hidden divergence, it's a continuation of a move. And you have something called a strong divergence, that is a reversal of a move. Okay, so on a Benter school, we will have more time to talk about the divergence, I promise you. Right now on a live show, it's kind of difficult to explain everything, but I hope that makes that makes sense to you. But Benter school, guys, we're gonna talk about this divergence. Very, very powerful indicator, very, very powerful tool to use to get your entry.
Is it the RSI? Is it? No, it's not
RSI.
stochastic.
I'm using the RSI, not the stochastic RSI. Yeah, that's the normal RSI I'm using.
Okay, great. Any other big questions there, guys? But I think, we're going to start filling this quite a bit where we answer some questions. Can we update trend lines? Okay, let's see any of them. How much? Okay, yeah. TP, how much do you sell at each level? What's a little, Rudo, what's your little, I know your TP thing, but like, do you split your TPs or do you take, you know what I mean, 30%, 20%, or do you look at just 2 exits or 1 complete exit when you're looking at a shorter term trade, or what's your little strategy?
I think that question also needs to be answered with a question first. Professional trader knows they've already got their game plan laid out before they start. So when I look at a trade, I first determine whether this is going to be an intraday swing. I'm going to try and trade this for 2 weeks, and then I might have a different TP set. Where if I'm getting in for a scalp, a quick buy now and I'm out later, I don't care about too much TPs because I need to get in, and when it reaches that first point where I think there's going to be a bit of selling pressure, I'm out. I'm creating that selling pressure with the remainder of the guys. So TPs as an investor is a completely different story again. So let's start at the intraday quickly. Intraday, meaning I want to trade now and I want to buy now and I want to hold for maybe 2 weeks. The idea is when I'm up at about 30%, 40%, when I reach to a point, let me quickly show my Bitcoin chart. Maybe let's do it there, and I just quickly show it on the chart. So when we look at this area over here, say I want to buy this zone, and I just want to grab a little quick buy here. I'm sneaky. I'm going to buy that area there. I'm going to be looking at areas where I know there's going to be people taking profit. Where are people going to be taking profit? Well, this yellow line, definitely, because that's kind of the axis. The red line, definitely. That's going to determine my swing take profits. Simple as that. Then what I do is I add a little bit of Fibonacci magic to it, and I'll go and have a look at my Fib retracement, and I'll say, okay, right, if I was shorting this market and my game plan was to just retrace it, you see there, that red line kind of lines out with the 38.2. So that's a brilliant area where there's confluence. Confluence meaning more areas where there's a reason for me to sell. Because if I was a shorting person, I'm shorting the market today. And it's a simple way to flip it around just by just inverting your chart and say, oh, let's invert this and make it look like it's bullish. Now the reds are bullish. Where would I want to buy? I want to buy the 38.2 or the 618. So there's my reason for me to think, well, that's areas where I need to TP if I flip it right back. So I use that common sense, guys. Where's other people going to want to, that's playing the other side of the game? Where are they going to want to react in? Because at that stage, take profit because you know there's going to be selling pressure.
100%. Okay, guys, so I think, we're good on time here. I think that was great. We're going to be doing more of it. We want to start getting you guys a lot more involved by asking all these questions, having these days. Friday Banter, TA, I think will stay. Let us know what you guys think of Friday Banter, where we give it to you guys. And when the markets are bullish, we actually want to take alt calls from you guys. We want to actually get the calls. Tell us what coins you want us to chart. We'll chart them for you. And we'll make it a nice little education session between all of us to share our opinions and get. So let us know what we think of the new the Banter Fridays. But Lee Rudo, guys, I think it's a fishing weekend. I think it's a relaxation weekend. Put our trade lines in play. Yeah.
For me, it's football weekend. Copa America. Yeah, football weekend for me. Nice games.
Brilliant.
Nice games coming. Brazil, Argentina, and in England versus Italy, right? So it's gonna be nice. I mean, I'm gonna watch football rather than the
Brilliant.
Awesome.
Ladies, thank you. Have a great day.
Cheers,
Appreciate it.
Cheers,
buddy. Cheers. Okay, guys. Okay, hit that love button. I wish I had a love button. Hit that like button. Let's have a good weekend, guys. I'm gonna get some rest this weekend. Come firing back with new ideas next weekend, new charts, and we get going. We took the market as what we could this week. That's all that it gave. Bitcoin's broken support. We have our daily resistances in play. Don't force trades. Don't try overtrade the market. Read some books this weekend. Build your head, build your knowledge. Do something in the meanwhile. Let the market just be, and the short-term trades will come again. And make sure, guys, anyone that's new, go watch the last month of our videos we've been doing, especially on the early call, and go to the sniper's wisdom at the end so that you know how to put a stop loss, you know what part of your portfolio you should be trading, all of that. So guys, have a great, fantastic weekend. Trade safe. If you are trading, put your stop losses in, and I will see you all on Monday.